we've got certain guys, veteran status in our game, that are on a lot of people's Mount Rushmore that like to deflect and point fingers at others.
The best part is, the specificity of the verbiage of Mount Rushmore leads everyone to think it's one LeBron James who he's talking about. And you can't blame them. Many people think he is one of the top 4 players of all time, present company included.
However, there is one other player who fits this description.
Upon further investigation, I think Reggie Miller was not talking about LeBron James, but was actually talking about Phoenix Suns superstar Kevin Durant. Cue my damn music. Hello, YouTube fam!
You see, it's me! It's me!
It's your boy, Big V! When I first heard this, I felt so sorry for my boy LeBron. It's like, man, he ain't even playing and he'd be catching strays. Obviously, after Reggie said this, the nation was in a frenzy to find out who the hell he was talking about. So he was asked on a radio show and he had this to say.
Current players Mount Rushmore, so
you just assume it's LeBron?
Well, who else is it going to be? Because the only other player current on the Mount Rushmore would have been Durant. Because Steph has had Steve Kerr as his coach and...
Steph, no.
Well, yeah, definitely not Steph. So basically, when you use the verbiage of Mount Rushmore, which to remind everyone is top 4 all time. And so when you say some people's Mount Rushmore who are currently in the league, it's down to these 3 players, right? And if we take Steph right out of the equation, it's down to 2 players. Of course, it makes sense. Most people would say it's LeBron James because many people think he's the greatest player of all time, if not the second greatest. He's still in the league for an unprecedented amount of time. Also, given the recency bias of the situation where the Lakers just bowed out again in kind of sorry fashion, and LeBron seemed to be not the happiest with management and teammates, which then also led to his coach being fired, which, by the way, is absolutely bleeping ridiculous given the fact that the man went to a Western Conference final in his first year and then still made the playoffs in his second year. Crazy, bro. Darvin Ham's name carries a lot of respect in the league. He had a lot of respect as a player, and he's generated a hell of a lot of respect as a coach, which is fully deserved, by the way. But the truth of the matter is this. 1, Reggie Miller has always been exceedingly complimentary of LeBron James.
Is it a shot at LeBron? Absolutely not, because I've seen him do the same thing Ant-Man has done, too.
He never misses an opportunity to tell the world about how great LeBron James is. Yes, there have been times when LeBron James has been passive-aggressive in the media. The Kevin Love fit-out comment comes to mind. Going to Pat Riley to get Spoelstra fired. There are instances in LeBron's career where he has been subversive and could have caused sabotage to the team. But at the same time, LeBron James, no matter where he's gone, has consistently been called one of the greatest leaders and teammates ever. No matter where he's gone. And no matter where he's gone, that man wins titles. So, you know, winning kind of erases any other thing you want to say. Winning makes you a great teammate. Winning removes all the other BS.
Meanwhile, Kevin Durant has been heavily criticized for a lack of leadership and a lack of winning, while still being considered a top 4 player by some. Especially if you're somebody who prioritizes offensive capabilities.
Timing is everything. Reggie Miller is commenting on a Minnesota Timberwolves game and he's praising Anthony Edwards. This is important because in the first round, who did Anthony Edwards play against and cook? His idol, Kevin Durant.
I think everybody here knows that's my favorite player of all time, so that was probably one of the best feelings ever in my whole life.
When we were talking about KD, you said you think he's the greatest player.
Yeah.
Ever or right now?
Ever.
Really?
And who is the media trying to crown as the new face and Michael Jordan's son? Oh yeah, Anthony Edwards. Reggie Miller commenting on a Minnesota Timberwolves game with the recency bias of Anthony Edwards, who he's complimenting, who have just said Kevin Durant is his greatest player of all time. meaning by that terminology, he's obviously on his Mount Rushmore. So then the second layer is, similar to LeBron, Kevin Durant, it has come out, was sabotaging his coaches from beginning. Most of all, he refused to just confront the problem head on. It's this type of behavior that makes Kevin Durant excluded from the GOAT conversation. Oh yeah, and lo and behold, Kevin Durant's coach just got fired too. Even though they made the playoffs, Kevin Durant averaged 27 points a game, and they did not have a point guard or anyone else to fill out their roster because they spent all their money on 3 superstars who all do the same thing. So another coach has been scapegoated and his head has rolled because we can.
I said we need to look more so at the players and more so who's putting the rosters together, Theodore.
So exactly same situation. We've got someone who's on the Mount Rushmore for some people. Recency bias plays a huge factor because it's Anthony Edwards who said it repeatedly. And Reggie Miller was complimenting Anthony Edwards, and Kevin Durant just blew up the media for yet again having trouble internally with coaches and or teammates. So now it could easily also be Kevin Durant. But the cases are kind of equal, right? You could still say it's LeBron, you could still say it's Kevin Durant. But there's no definitive case until I found out this nugget. So one of the greatest Phoenix Suns of all time, the Matrix Sean Marion, grew up idolizing one Reggie Miller. And during his induction into the Phoenix Suns Ring of Honor, had Reggie Miller there and credited him for becoming an NBA star and inspiring him. So now we've got personal ties to the organization in addition to all the other evidence.
This last piece of detective work should be the last shred of evidence to prove our case. Frank Vogel is a highly respected and championship-winning coach who made a name for himself coaching, the Paul George and Roy Hibbert Indiana Pacers, who's not only the greatest player in Pacers history, but pretty much the only recognizable player from their history.
It's this last bit that makes me believe that Reggie Miller was talking about and taking massive shots at Kevin Durant because the Phoenix Suns superstar has been railed in the media for getting rid of his coach and for being a bad teammate and a malcontent for the organization. He's in the Mount Rushmore for the guy the NBA media wants to be the new face of the league. I think it's pretty conclusive, and for once, my guy LeBron gets to enjoy his vacation. Peace!